Play Dugout. I am Tom Abbott, and tonight I am going to do a quick unboxing streaming session / video. What I have here is the 1941 APBA season that was given to me by a good friend, Mark Miller. And so I haven't opened this yet, so it's an authentic unboxing, Mr. Bergman. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and point the camera down here. I tried to use my phone, and it was really, it was all fish-eyed and everything. It was really goofy, and I couldn't figure it out. So anyways, this is taped. Let me see, do I have my Swiss Army knife on me? I think I do. There we go. And let's go ahead and, there we go. So we'll go ahead and pull out a roster sheet from APBA. Let's see, what does this say? There we go. So it says the National League 1941 season and the American League. This is the APBA Game Company from 100 Millersville Road, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And yes, I do know it's Lancaster and not Lancaster. I know that from a business trip that I had to Pennsylvania some years ago. And I always thought it was Lancaster until I got there, and all the locals call it Lancaster. So anyways, let's go ahead and close that down. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the teams, some of the cards. All right, get this out of the way here. Put my ice cold pop here, cheap knockoff. All right, what else do we have here? Let's take out all these teams and put the bag over here. Got some slightly different colored envelopes. So let's see, what do we have? Looks like we've got the St. Louis Browns from the American League and the Pittsburgh Pirates from the National League. I'll go ahead and set the National League over here and the American League here. We've got the Philadelphia Athletics, American League. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Philadelphia Phillies and the Philadelphia Athletics existed at the same time. One in the American League, one in the National League. I did not know that. My 1941 baseball knowledge is pretty slim. New York Yankees, American League. The New York Giants, National League. Here's the St. Louis Cardinals, National League. Boston Red Sox, American League. One thing I'm noticing as I'm handling these envelopes is they're thin. So these teams must be pretty small. There's my Detroit Tigers for the American League. The Boston Braves. So again, we have another team that I didn't realize, another city. Boston had two teams at one point. Did not know that. Here's my second favorite team of all time, the Cincinnati Reds, National League. The Cleveland Indians, American League. Chicago Cubs, National League. We my family and I, we lived in the Chicagoland area for 4 years. I worked right downtown Chicago, and about 2 blocks north of Harry Carey's restaurant. And so I loved it. I absolutely loved Chicago. While I was there, I adopted the Cubs. And of course, the people in the office, they asked me where I lived. I said, well, Geneva. And they said, "Oh, you're a North Sider." I'm like, "No, no, that's West." They're like, "Nope, you're a North Sider." And so being a North Sider, I guess I had to be a Cubs fan. But they had Sammy Sosa going on then, and that was the time they were making a run for the World Series, and they had the Steve Bartman incident with the foul ball. Here we have the Brooklyn Dodgers from the National League, the Chicago White Sox from the American League, and the Washington Senators from the American League. So let's take a look at, well, I want to take a look at my Detroit Tigers first off. Here we go. Go ahead and pull that out. And these cards, they've got a little coloring to them, but they're in great shape. I don't see any creases or anything like that. Hey, what's going on, Mark? I'm just showing off the 1941 APBA cards that you gave me. And so here is the Detroit Tigers. And I'm just kind of going through some of them. And what are you saying here? Unfortunately, all I see is black. Are you serious? Oh, no. Really? All this time, and I've been, I'm gonna have to reshoot this video, but let me see. I think I can fix this. How's that? Are you serious? All that time it's been a black video. I've probably been recording for about 5 to 10 minutes maybe. How's that now? Can you see me, Mark? Oh man, I tell you, if anybody's okay, if anybody sticks with this video, you know, later on after it's streaming and it's just a video, and I know I'm gonna have to put something in there explaining, you know, fast forward to the 5-minute mark or something, but okay. Well, anyways, I went through all of the teams. I'll do it again because that was kind of neat. Right now I'm going through my Detroit Tigers. Here, let me point the thing down here. So Detroit Tigers, okay, American League, and I was starting to go through the players. Whoop, knocking everything on the floor. Oh boy. Okay, that's not who I had. All right. All right, Boston Red Sox. I'll do this again. I've had so much trouble with this software. St. Louis Cardinals. You'd never guess that I was a programmer with the different level of difficulty I've had with this program. New York Yankees, American League. I want to take a look at that too, see what kind of the great players we have there. Philadelphia Athletics. This is one of the things I learned that I did not know, that you had the Philadelphia Athletics and the Philadelphia Phillies at the same time. My 1941 knowledge is a bit lean. Here's my Cleveland Indians. And let's see, what are you saying, Mark? Yeah, you know what, Mark? I think they do look okay. I mean, they're perfectly. Yeah, you're right. There's no copyright there from APBA. So these are kind of like knockoff cards. Boy, you'd never know. It's got the back. I mean, it's probably not coming through on the camera, but the cards have a little bit of a hue to them instead of that really pearly white color when you get new cards. But it's fine, and they're very crisp, rounded corners. No, these are really. Oh, these are original. Okay, so they didn't have copyrights on them. But no, they're in really nice shape. Really nice shape. Before they started putting on the copyright date. Okay, yeah. So let's see. We've got Benton and Bridges and Campbell and Croucher. Hey, Mark, how's the video as far as, like, am I filling up the screen, or is there a big border around the screen that you're seeing? Let's see, who else did we have for the Tigers? Benton, Bridges, Campbell, Croucher. Again, I'm not recognizing. So are you seeing the borders, Mark? Like on my video here, is there a big black border, or am I filling up the screen? I'm hoping I'm filling up the screen. That's another big issue I've had with this OBS software. Big border. Darn it. Shoulder and one arm. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Fade to black, transition. How about I go to laptop camera, and I say canvas, and then I transition. Did that change anything? Not filling up, okay. If I go phone and I say transition, and then I go, I know it went black, and now I transition that. Any better, Mark, or am I still not filling up the screen? I'm about ready to pull the plug on this software. I've been trying, and no matter what I do, I cannot seem to get it to fill up the screen, which is frustrating because I see other people using this software on YouTube and they don't seem to have any issues with it, but I can't seem to figure it out. So if you had to give it a percentage, okay, let me take a look. Okay, that's not terrible. I mean, I understand there's the border on the top, but it's still most of the screen, right? It looks to me like it's most of the screen, which I can live with that if it's not too irritating to you. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Full face. So, okay, yeah, okay. All right, but as far as the overall monitor, like you're seeing, let's see. Good angle there. Okay, all right, good. Let me move on. All right. Well, anyways, going through the cards. No, I think they have a really good color to them. Let me get the light on them. If that's not splashing it out too much, it probably is splashing it out. Yeah, that's splashing it out. But anyways, no, they've got a really nice color to them. They're crisp. They're in really good shape. So that's the Tigers. I think I saw when I have smaller screen, the border is minimal. Okay. Okay. You mean like when you shrink down your screen as opposed to a full screen? All right, let's see here. Oh, there's Charlie Gehringer. I recognize that name. Let's see. Going through my 1941 Tigers. How's your evening, Ken? Are you still here, Ken Castro? Gorsica, Higgins. 41, nice season. What are your plans with this set? You know what? I don't have any plans yet. Thanks to my friend Mark here, I've got quite a few seasons, so I've got to figure out what to do with these things. And right now, I've been really really interested in the replay baseball, and I've been learning that game, loving that game. I'm working through 1966 season, and so I started playing some of those games, and I'm really enjoying that game. I'm not going to say, oh, I'll never switch away from it, because I've said that before, and then I don't know, I get a hankering to try something else, and I'll switch for a bit. But right now I'm on a replay baseball tear. Replay baseball, I love it. I really love it. In fact, one of the guys here that's in the room with us, that's going by San Purdue, is he's had a hand in that game. I don't know if he's actually developed. I think he might have done some development with that game, but I know he's helped with like data mining and that kind of thing. So So you're in with one of the movers and shakers of the replay baseball game. So if you don't mind me saying that, Mark. Anyways, all right, there's my Tigers. Let's take a look at the Yankees. Of course, you got to take a look at the Yankees, right? Okay, yeah. So Mark's gifted me and blessed me with quite a few seasons, and I've been getting them organized and sitting there and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And so here we go, 1941 Yankees. Let's see, who do I recognize here? So we've got Ernest Bonham. We've got Marvin Brewer. Here, let me go through these a little faster. Crissetti. Bill Dickey, I've heard of him. And let's see, and of course, we all know Joe DiMaggio. And then let's see, Roy Atley. I really should get some of those rubber fingertips instead of licking my fingers. Probably not great for the cards. Joe Gordon, Flash Gordon, they called him. Tommy Henrik, Keller, Murphy, Pretty, Rizzuto. Oh, recognize that name. Phil Rizzuto. Robert Rolfe, Rosar, Ruffing, Russo, Selkirk. And Ken, Mark's got just from comments that I think Vinny Mancino made on the Digital Dice podcast, or somewhere I saw he made a comment about Mark Miller's quite good at coming up with different projects. So that's kind of handy. Pretty creative. John Sturm, Ernest Bonham, Brewer. Okay, so I got through my Yankees there. I don't know the Babe Ruth days. That must have been before 1941 because I didn't see Ruth in here. Let's see what are some other. Let's take a look at, how about the New York Giants? An endless list. I'm sitting here looking at all these seasons going, okay, what am I going to do? And I'm kind of like locked. It's like, what's that word where you have too many, like you go to a menu, like a restaurant, and you have the menu's too much, you don't know what to order. I'll figure something out. I did decide to go with the 66 replay, just because that's the year I was born. I thought that would be kind of interesting. I got Al Kaline and all those guys, Bill Freehan. So let's see. This is the New York Giants, just kind of going through and seeing if there's any names that jump out at me here. I've heard of Gabby Hartnett. Yep, I've heard of that guy. Vaporlock, yeah. Hubble, Georges, Loram, McGee, Melton, Moore, Arango. Mel Ott, I've heard of him. Let's see, Johnny Rucker, Schumacher, Whitehead, and Young. What's interesting is these are in alphabetical order. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having to get that, do that myself. So that's kind of nice. Let's see, anything else here? Do we want to look at the Boston Red Sox? Sure, why not? Well, you bought for Ted Williams. Well, hey, I just got out the Red Sox, so we should see Ted Williams. I have heard of Joe Cronin. Let's see, DiMaggio. Dobson, Bobby Doerr, heard of him. Lou Finney, Pete Fox, Jimmy Fox, I've heard of him. And let's see. 406 season and the 56 game hitting streak for Joe D. I got to go to, back in the 70s, Riverfront Stadium, and I was at a game where Pete Rose extended, when he had that really long hitting streak going and he was starting to get close to DiMaggio. I think he got into the 40s. I saw one of his games where he extended that hitting streak, so that was kind of cool to be there for that. Skeeter Newsom, Johnny Peacock. And like I said, these are already in alphabetical order, so that is way cool. I'm liking that. Tabor, Broadway, Wagner. There he is. Ted Williams, the man from San Diego, California. 6'3" ¼ I didn't realize he was that tall. Born 1918. August 30th. He's in August. My birthday's in August. All right. Brooklyn Dodgers. Let's see. How about the Brooklyn Dodgers? Who we got there? Let's see. Allen, Camilli, Casey, Cascardi, Davis, Fitzsimmons, Franks, Galen, Hamlin. I did a replay baseball Pete Rose hitting streak games, and I made it to 3 or 4 games only. Nowhere. Yeah. That's a tough one to try to repeat. I mean, that's like trying to redo Armando Galarraga's imperfect perfect game. It's like, oh, good luck with that. Billy Herman, Higbee, Lavagetto or Jetto, Medwick. I've heard of that guy. I've heard of Ducky Medwick. This is again the Brooklyn Dodgers. Owen, Pee Wee Reese. I think we've all heard of Pee Wee Reese. Exactly, yeah. Reiser, Riggs, Walker, Wazel, and Wyatt. So some cool stuff. I wonder if this was before, Mark, do you know? Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say, were they not doing double columns in 1941 or whenever they made these, but they clearly are. They clearly did do double columns. I don't think they started off doing double columns. If I know my APBA history, which I don't claim to be really up on that stuff. But let's see. Anybody else I can go through here? How about the Cubs? The Cubs. Let's see. Kyle Verretta, Dahlgren. Ooh, that's an interesting name. D'Alessandro. That's kind of interesting. I have a special project with Ted Williams' last game of his career. Ted hit a home run on his last at-bat, so I figure I will play until his last at-bat is a home run. Probably will take me 20 games or maybe 100. You know, I was watching an APBA Brian video. I don't know if you ever watched any of his videos. I love his videos. They're just simple. He doesn't make them anymore, which is a shame. But they're just simple. There's something kind of peaceful about them. Oh, hey. Thank you very much.
You don't have to do that.
All right. All right. Appreciate it. I'm streaming here. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, APBA Brian. Yeah. He redid, what was the game where, gosh, it was that Pittsburgh Pirate guy. He hit the home run that won the World Series. Oh, and it was like the shot heard from around the world. Oh, man, what was I can't think of that guy's name, but he played that game. And the game ended with that player hitting a game-winning home run. He was laughing. He was just like, you could tell he was in shock that he actually was able to, yeah. Was it Bobby Thompson? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different player. He hit it over the left field wall there, the ivy wall. Looked like he hit it into a neighborhood on the other side. McCullough, Moody, Nicholson, Novikov, Olson, Page, Passoff. Now, these cards are in really good shape. They're in really good shape. No complaints. Even if they weren't in good shape, I wouldn't complain. I mean, as long as they're still, you can read them and use them. And I don't mind cards that have been yeah, I probably would have too. Had to Google. Um, Mark, you and I have talked about this that I don't mind cards that have been written on. That doesn't bother me at all. Cards, envelopes that have been written on. To me, that just shows the cards have some history. That somebody they were in somebody's hands and somebody used them and made notes on them, and so I don't know. To me, that gives the cards a little more character. I mean, obviously, if somebody took a big marker and put a blotch on there, I wouldn't want that. But just somebody taking some pencil or a fine point pen and writing a little note on there, no problem with that at all. No problem with that at all. So what team was this again? Oh, let's see. Do I have an empty envelope? Yeah, this is back when they didn't have the team on the card, so you could get a card out of place and into the wrong team, and it might take you a while to figure that out. See, like right here, Boston Braves. So it's 41 is written up there. That doesn't bother me at all. Not at all. It's helpful. It's helpful if anything else. So let's see here. Well, I can't, let's see. Well, let me take a look at one more time. This is interesting. St. Louis Browns. And then I think after this one, I'm going to go ahead and quit the stream. Now, this is really interesting. Okay, St. Louis Browns. There was this player called Eldon Ocker. And the neighborhood that I live here in Grand Blanc, Michigan is, it's helpful. There's quite a few neighborhoods in this city that were built by a guy named Eldon Ocker, and I don't think it was the same guy. I don't think it was. I mean, you think how many Eldon Ockers are there out there? But I don't think it's the same guy. I might be wrong. Let's see. Let me ask AI here. Perplexity. Eldon Ocker played baseball in 1941 for the St. Louis Browns, comma. Did he also build homes in Grand Blanc, Michigan? Question mark. Let's see what Perplexity has to say. I don't think it's the same guy. Okay. Oh, no. That's not right. Oh, I'm wrong. It is the same guy. Okay. I don't know where I got that. I think I knew that it was the same guy, and then somewhere along the line I came across something. And I was like, oh, it wasn't him. So I'm confused. You think about how many Eldon Ockers are there out there. Anyways, this guy here built a lot of homes and neighborhoods in Grand Blanc, Michigan, including now not our house, but most of the houses in my neighborhood were built by him, including the house I grew up in. Yeah, in fact, this wasn't his son was also, and I think his son also was named Eldon. They're both passed away now, but I remember my dad buying their house in this neighborhood. My old house that I grew up in is just like 12 homes down there. My mom still lives there, same neighborhood. But he had a time of it with Ocker, and to the point where at the very end we moved into the house, and the back patio. You step out the sliding glass door, and there was a little block there that you step on, and it was cracked. A brand new home. So my dad said, "Can you replace this?" And I'll tell you, Ocker wasn't really big on. He didn't want to do that, and my dad had to fight him tooth and nail to the point where he put a big sign on the front of the house saying, please come finish my home, and put his phone number on there. If anybody wants the details, give me a call. Anyways, Ocker. That was it for Ocker. He was trying to sell homes, so he got that fixed for my dad. But Anyway, I'm rambling on here. I think I'm going to call it a night here. Mark, thanks so much. This is cool. I'm going to probably do some more videos because I have some more seasons. So here we go. I'll do my next video. I'll do 1949. Whoop, there we go. And you've got it written on there. 1949. I'm going to leave this sealed so that Kurt Berglund doesn't get mad at me for an inauthentic unboxing. So, but Mark, now I've noticed on here you've got written, if you're still here, looks like you are, like 630. And then over here, 565. Is that the number of players? Like for, here's the, well, I guess this is American League. That's American League. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Is that just how many cards are like in this stack? There's 630 and then there's 565. Do you remember what those numbers were for? Came from Noble Knight. I thought that set, same thing, came from Noble Knight. I bought that set to get the XBs. Okay. That is original APBA DNA 630 from the previous owner. Original APBA. I'm not sure I follow that. I never took them out of that plastic. Okay. When you say original APBA DNA, I bought that 49 set at APBA location in 74, 75. Went down with a buddy to pick up. Oh, cool. So there's a little background story with this. That's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Well, let's see here. Original owner wrote on them. Oh, gotcha. So we don't really know what that's for. Well, again, it's history. I like it. Doesn't bother me at all. So, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to have to, once this gets posted on YouTube, I'm going to have to go out there and figure out at what minute mark the video actually came on. Man, I tell you. And put a note there, please fast forward to this second and to see the video. Yeah, what a bonehead move. Anyways, I appreciate you, Mark, helping me out with that. Ken, if you're still here. Oh, okay, hang on here. Oh, you know what, Ken? I'm sorry. So I saw that comment about I bought that 49 set and you went down to the APBA location to pick it up. I thought that was Mark's, but that was you. Oh, that's cool. I had a friend, before I sign off, I had a friend that I worked with, and we were actually working together for a little while before we figured out we were both APBA guys. And he and his family were huge APBA people, and every year they made a trip to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to get the new season. And I mean, the day that they were released, that's how it was, like a annual thing they did. So that was pretty cool. All right, guys. Hey, thanks Ken and Mark for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate the chat. Anybody else that's catching this later on, if I apologize for the first 5 to 10 minutes where it was all black. If you made it through that, God bless you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, Lancaster. Oh, you actually did vacations in Lancaster? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. All right, I better go. You guys have a good night. God bless, and talk to you later.